All right. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings, everyone. I hope that you're doing fabulous. My name is Miss Seisha, and it is Sunday evening, and it is that time again. And what is that time? Well, that time is read aloud time, y'all. That's right. For those of you who are new here, I welcome you. I thank you for joining me. And for those of you who have been on board consistently rocking with me on these Sunday evenings, thank you so much. It's Sunday evening for me here in Cleveland, and it could possibly be, daytime for you, afternoon, morning, whatever time of day it is. I hope that you are doing absolutely great, and I am so looking forward to digging into this story. Okay, and I wanted to share with you all for again, I'm the founder and executive director of ABC Read. ABC Read is a nonprofit organization that I started over 10 years ago. And our mission has been to develop and nurture a culture of literacy in Black and underserved communities. And we've been doing this by having engaging, dope, exciting, interactive, intergenerational reading experiences. This is what we like to call them because they are replete with lots of literacy activities, hands on activities where we are creating different projects together, having games, read alouds. And all of this was done so that we can help to push back against and eradicate the high levels of illiteracy that has been plaguing our Black community here in the city of Cleveland. We've given away over 8,000 books. Yes, indeed. Books that look like this. Like this book I'm going to read to you all this evening. Oh, I'm so excited, y'all. New and gently used books. I like to emphasize that, okay? Because you know how it is when people get books or, and they go to different places and people are giving books. And unfortunately, sometimes people get, when folks give things, when they're donating things, a lot of times they don't want to give the stuff that is more newer. They give the stuff that's used. And of course, this is, you have folks who don't subscribe to that. So obviously, I'm not talking to my people out there who understand the assignment, but we do have to make it clear that we need the books that are new or gently used. All right, we still got to say that because some people they be like, oh yeah, this is all worn and torn. I don't need it. Yeah, give it to somebody else. They may use it, and it's like, um, please give things that you know you would want for yourself. So yeah. All right. So on that note, are y'all ready? I am truly ready for this beauty here. Bintou's Braids, written by Sylvianne A. Diouf, illustrated by Shane W. Evans. And for those of you who do not know who Sylvianne A. Diouf is, she is the daughter of our beloved ancestor, Sheikh Anta Diop. Okay, and so he was an African scholar, a Muslim African scholar who has been known for doing research and writing books about Africa and African civilizations. All right, and so she is the daughter of our beloved ancestor, and she is known for pretty much the same thing, doing a lot of research as it pertains to African civilizations, Islamic practices, and civilizations as well. So, are y'all ready for this beautiful African story? Let's dive in. My name is Bintou, and I want braids. My hair is short and fuzzy. My hair is plain and silly. All I have is four little tufts on my head. Sometimes I dream that little birds make their nest in my hair. It would be such a nice place for babies to rest. There they would sleep and they would sing. But most of the time, I dream of braids, long braids with gold coins and seashells. My sister Fatu has braids, and she looks pretty. When she bends over me, the beads in her braids touch my cheek. She asks, Bintou, why are you crying? I say, I want to be pretty like you. She says, little girls can't have braids. Tomorrow I'll cornrow your hair. That's all I'll ever get, cornrows. This morning, Grandma Suki is coming to our village for the baptism of my baby brother who is 8 days old. Mommy has sent me to meet her. Here she is now in her blue gown. Grandma Suki knows everything. That's what my mother says. She says old people know so much because they have lived such a long time and have learned more than anybody else. Since Grandma knows everything, I ask her why little girls can't have braids. A long time ago, there was a young girl named Kumba who thought only about how pretty she was. She says while stroking my head, everyone envied her, and the mothers decided that little girls would not be allowed to have braids so that they would only make friends, play, and learn. From then on, Kumba got cornrows. Grandma pulls gently on my ear and says, now, little Bintou, when you're older, it's fine to want to look your best and show everybody that you have become a young woman. But you are still just a little girl. You will get braids when it is time. When I sleep that night, I dream that I'm old. I dream that I'm 16 and I have braids with gold coins and seashells. And when I turn my head, the sun follows me. I shine like a queen. When I wake up, I look into the mirror, but I'm still Bintou with four little tufts on my head. Today, our yard is full of people in their best clothes. Earlier, Aunt Safi shaved my brother's head, and now she holds him for all to see. Daddy whispers the name he and Mommy have chosen to Serene Mansour, the elder who leads the prayer. Serene Mansour murmurs a short prayer in the baby's ears, and then he says aloud, his name is Abdul. Now we can eat and have fun. Huge platters of lamb and rice appear. I look for the fish balls and hot sauce that burn my tongue. I eat sugary fritters and papayas. I watch the women from behind the mango tree. My sister Fatu is there. She has put perfumed oil on her scalp between her braids to make it shine. And also, she says, so that the skin pulled so tight hurts less. Mommy's friends have braids with gold coins on their forehead. They say it is to show us children how the great grandmothers we never knew wore their hair. It took 3 days to finish Aunt Ida's braids. There's so many that even my older sister Mati could not count them all. Mariama, who studies in the city, and her friend have braids that reach down to their waists. Her friend is not from here. I can tell because she talks with an accent. When I gave her a papaya, she said, "I'm Terry, and I come from America." I asked if the little girls there have braids. Many do, and they put colorful barrettes on each braid. They must look so pretty, the little girls in her country. The women laugh and shake their heads, and the beads on their braids sound like rain. All I have is 4 little tufts of hair on my head, and I am sad. I walk to the beach like I always do when I want to be alone. It is so quiet. I only hear the waves, the wind in the palm trees, and the birds, and then screams. When I look up, I see 2 boys waving and shouting. Their canoe is sinking. I have to get the fishermen. Quick, quick. The path to the village is wide and easy, but it will be faster if I take the shortcut through the bush. Nobody uses it because there are long thorns and sharp stones. I run and jump as fast as I can. "Booba and Yaya are drowning!" I cry when I reach the clearing. The fishermen rush past me and push a canoe to the water. Their paddles move fast, fast, fast. They throw a rope to the boys and pull them in. Back in the village, everyone gathers around me. Aunt Alimatu, Booba, and Yaya's mother brings me biscuits. Mommy says, "You are a smart little girl. If you had taken the good path, you would have arrived too late. You have saved these boys' lives. We shall reward you. Tell us, what would you like?" Before I can speak, Fatu says, "She wants braids." Mommy runs her fingers through my hair where only 2 tufts remain. The thread around the others broke when I ran through the bush. "Then braids you shall have." Tonight, I dream I have braids and the sun follows me. I dream I see a little girl sitting in a tree. Yellow and blue birds nestle in her hair. Her hair is so pretty that everybody has gathered under the tree and smiles up at her. The sun stops following me and shines on the feathers of the birds and the pretty hair where they nest. In the morning, Grandma Suki calls me to her room. She tells me to sit on the floor between her legs. She rubs perfumed oil in my hair. "You're a special little girl," she whispers. "Your hair will be special too." I tell her that Aunt Awa is coming to braid my hair, but she says, "Hush now." I feel her fingers fast and light. I think she's doing cornrows. I feel tears in my eyes. I shut them tight. When it's over, I don't want to look in the mirror she holds. Grandma says, open your eyes, little Bintou. And that's when I see yellow and bluebirds in my hair. Gone is the plain girl with the four tufts on her head. In the mirror is a girl with pretty hair looking back at me. I am Bintou. My hair is black and shiny. My hair is soft and pretty. I am the girl with birds in her hair. The sun follows me and I'm happy. The end. Oh, wow. Such a gorgeous, beautifully written story. Absolutely amazing. I love this story. I highly recommend that you go to your local library, and if they do not have this book, you make sure that you request that they have the book in the library. And yes, you have a right to do that. Thanks to our dear beloved librarian, Sister Kalisa Harris, who was a guest on my podcast, Real Reading Talk, and she informed us about how we as taxpayers have the power. When there are books like this that you see me read, or you see other books that maybe other people have read, or books that you've seen in different places, and you go to the library to try to check it out and they say they don't have it, you have a right to ask about them putting that book in the library. And this is a way for us to make sure that we are getting books in the libraries that reflect our communities. And we want to make sure too that we are supporting these Black authors and Black illustrators, because this book was written by a Black author and illustrated by a Black person. Okay? So, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this story, and I hope this story will ignite a conversation, especially with your little girls, about what beauty is, getting them to talk about how they feel about their hair, getting them to open up about any type of insecurities that they may have about themselves, whatever it is. This is a great way to talk about that and to celebrate who they are. And to also to make sure that we are teaching our children about the importance of our elders in the community. This is something that I can definitely say we've missed a lot of in the Black community. A lot of us grew up, especially in my generation, going over your great grandparents' house or grandparents' house for those Sunday dinners, or having those times where you're sitting with your grandparents on the porch and they're sharing different stories about how they grew up and giving those life lessons. Those are the things that are needed in order for that child to feel whole. Remember, Bintou, she was loved. She had a beautiful family. She had her elders. She had the village. Everybody was celebrating her. And this is why she felt confident. Even throughout the story, even though she wanted those braids, she still felt like a little girl who she knew that she had the backing of her family, even though she wanted something, just like all little kids, right? When they're told, oh, you can't have this until you get this age, right? That's a normal thing. That's what kids go through. They want those things that they can't have. But the beauty in this story is that how her mother said, hey, look, you did this honorable deed. You showed courage. You spoke up. You hurried up and got help. You need a reward for that. So these are the things that we want to reward our children for as well. We want to make sure that when we see them stepping up, speaking up, even if they are afraid, even if it's something that they are like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, but I'm going to go and make sure that I get somebody to help. That right there, that needs to be celebrated and rewarded. So, that being said, I'm going to end right there. This has been 20 minutes. This was a little longer story, but this story, in my opinion, was one of the best stories that I've read um, thus far on these read alouds. And I hope you all feel the same way. And you can show that by making sure with my YouTube people out there. I appreciate y'all. Y'all see I'm live again on YouTube. Make sure you put your comments. Make sure that you like. Make sure that you subscribe, and make sure that you share. All right. So and you all check over my shoulder. You know I got to talk about my Reading is Freedom. Okay, go to readingisfreedomshop.com. All you got to do is click the link on my ABC Read page on Facebook. And for YouTube, I know I usually put the link in my podcast. I'm not for sure how to do it here, so I'm not even going to fool with it. But you can definitely find it. Again, readingisfreedomshop.com. Grab your mug, grab your hoodie, your shirt, because remember, reading is the key to our liberation. All right, so I thank you all for listening. Again, make sure that you donate to ABC Read, the number 1 as well, so that we can keep getting books like this and we can continue to help build those home libraries of our folks here in the city of Cleveland. I've been Miss Sasha. I thank you all for listening once again. Take care. Remember to keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. Reading is freedom. Peace.